Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play the 7th Saga. I'm your host, Game of Darius. Last we left off, I was only level 26. I kind of power leveled to about 40. Good times. Anyways, we had slain a dragon, picked up some ore, and was all like, I don't think I'll give that to the dudes. Just yet. Maybe. Actually, wait. No, that's right. I think I actually do need to talk to someone in one of these two, Belain or Telain. Because if I try to solve their problem beforehand, becomes a little bit more complicated to do. Not much more complicated. I gotta go in the direction I gotta go anyways, but I think this will make it a little bit easier, depending. By the way, I had to double check whether or not Wilme could actually equip the Cloak of Fire, which is found in... Frick, what town was that? Regardless, he cannot, so I just sold it. Didn't think I can. Bliss, save the crystal a piece. Yes. Where did you find it? Item the ore. Okay. I think who I wanted to talk to was just over here. Ready to fight for the... no, I think I screwed that up. I could reload, but meh. What am I doing? I can just wind rune out of here. Believe it was Belain. Might have been Belain. Point is that there is a knight that you talk to who is loyal to one of these two kings, and he will offer to give you the rune. The next rune, rather, if you are able to solve their crisis. Yeah, I think it was this guy. I don't remember whether or not he just toddles on to the next town or not. I'm keen to believe that he does at this point, though. In which case, we'll go right back to Telain. I played through this game nearly 8 times in my entire lifetime. You'd think I'd memorize something like, oh, what happens with these events? But no. So, we're going to go directly to the west, where we shall find another town. It is actually pure dumb luck that Lux had the Sky Rune in Bone. Because there's like 5 other locations he could have been that I have not yet been to. So he could have just very well have just gone to one of these towns and been all like, haha, screw you. This is Badal, Nation of Warriors. A nation of warriors indeed. Camille. Someday I'll become a famous warrior like Prosa. Prosa is the name of the knight that was either in Belain or Telain. Don't mind me just enjoying some music. I believe he would be in here. Damn it. Yep, he's officially gone home. Oh, well. When I say gone home, I mean like he's only just... I think... not all that far. There's another place that I could go to that's relatively close around here, but honestly it's... Oh wait, no. It's got an agility seed there. Ooh, bottles of agility. I'm gonna buy these. Sorry if I'm all over the place here. It's just that I've... You know, it's been a while, and I like to buy stuff. There we go. Alright, so since he's not in Badal, I think what we would have... As the game goes on, you're probably expected to explore each individual town before trying to do any of the quest stuff. So you're probably expected to go to Badal first, see, oh hey, there's a rune in there, and talk to the leader guy, who then promises, hey, if you manage to stave off this war, I'll give you the rune. I don't think I've ever successfully done that. Also, an important note I should make is that at level 28, I learned Vacuum 1. And you might think to yourself, boy, howdy, that must make grinding the silver brains so much easier. It really doesn't. Because if you remember, Wilme's magic sucks. So, it does hit, but it hits so rarely, it's not worth the 30 MP. You're honestly better off just defending and attacking the heck out of everything. Alright, so that was there. We can honestly start heading off, still east, but to the north now. Northeast, or west. God damn it, I will never get those right. There is a cave directly to my south. Oh, hello. Yes. Never really had... Never? I'm trying to remember if I've ever had that much of a problem with the Black Knights. Let's see, there should be a cave hidden down here. Oh, hey. That guy can kill easily. What about you? Pretty easily, yeah. Nice. And again, I really don't have a problem with leveling up anymore. So, yeah, here it is. This is a secret cave where there is a bunch of loot. I honestly might not go back in there for any of it, depending on what loot is in there. Pretty much the only thing that I think would be much of value when it comes to playing as Wilme is just any of the seeds that you might find. Seeds of power, seeds of protection, seeds of agility. I actually don't remember if there's any, like, seeds of magic. Magic would make sense. Let's make this a little easier on myself. Miss me. Miss me. Miss me. Bam! Just love that. I don't know what it is about Wilme. He is just such a... He is kind of a fun character to play as, if anything. But yeah, to our west is the other tower in this game. And yes, I saw that blip. That connects with the one that only Ulven can gain access to. There's really no point in going there as Wilme, as Wilme is. It does not require any, like, material shite. God, Wilme is... I don't know. I'm thinking about how I played Lux and whatnot, too, now, and it's just like... No, wait. Wilme is becoming far easier to play. This is the village of Palasu. So here, we actually will find the general guy somewhere. Things I wish I remembered of where the hell the general guy was. Why am I going in here? Oh, because the item shop's in here too, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, harps! Finally! Surprisingly, I only died to vacuum when grinding against the silver brains, like a grand total of twice? All the other times I dodged them, and I think that's definitely where... I'm definitely starting to see where the strengths of Wilme are. He is physically strong, but he's a lot more defenseful. To the point where it's like, oh, yeah, good luck hitting me, and when you do hit me, ooh, oh no, I took 2 damage. Unless it's magic, then magic kind of wrecks his shit. He's just in this building, isn't he? No. This one? No? Where the hell are you? I'm squinting at the screen. Because I don't remember where he is. Ah, here he is. Do you want my moon rune? If you can save the children from Serpent, I will grant your wish. I don't have enough strength myself to go against her. He says while having the moon rune. Just saying. Ah. Of course, I guess when presented with a naked orange alien man who is just rippling with muscles, I too would be all like, you know what? You look like you could get this job done easier than I. You wanna go punch a snake lady? Who's not actually a snake lady? Oh hey, Flame Man. How do I fare against you? None of these sword decks have managed to hit me yet. Nope. I mean, part of it might possibly be because I have over-leveled. Let's be honest. Yeah, now if I want a power level, I guess... I don't know. It's still back and forth because, it doesn't take too much effort to slay the silver brains. But at the same time, they always, A, have a good chance of running away. Like, they run away a lot more often than not. Or they still have a chance of hitting you with vacuum, which, boo. Like, even if it is just a rare occasion, vacuum sucks. Get it? Vacuum. Anyways. I might still be a little bit tired. Oh, hey, that didn't one-shot you. You know, all said and done, I still hope that I don't get hit by, these guys' fire attacks. Not the attacks where they're clearly trying to hurt me physically. The attacks where they're, you know, trying to cast spells. That's nearly 3,000 experience points. See what I mean? It's like, in the time that I may have ran against 1 or 2 silver brains, those guys just gave me a heckin' whole lot of experience points. And these guys aren't all that shabby either. For what is half the effort. I don't know. I guess I'm just saying this is not a bad place to grind for experience points when all is said and done. When you actually can survive the situation anyways. Mutants are still a pain. Because magic. Black Knight, you're a jerk. How much damage do you do? I did buy a full stock of mirrors as well, so petrification shouldn't be a problem. Should they ever manage to hit me with it. Not bad. Man, I'm already nearly able to level up again. So weird being able to level up relatively willy-nilly. And now we enter the realm of the Serpents. I don't know how long this is going to be. But front door is locked. So we gotta check the side. How many castles is that we gotta just enter the side passage? Feels like too many. I'm not gonna worry about the treasure until I'm coming out of this place. Because there is quite a bit of treasure. I don't remember if any of it is actually useful. Hit you. Boy howdy, Vacuum 2 is such a great spell. I don't think those guys have ever hit me with that spell either. Die. Okay, really quick, there is actually a seed that's in here, but it's an intelligence seed. So I'm not sure it's all that useful for Wilme. There is a cloak of ice as well, but again, Wilme, so I can't actually equip it. It's a whole lot of not actually useful stuff for the guy. Oh hey, a Y rock. Why a rock? They're terrible at their jobs. I wonder if I can... Can I kill you before you run away? Are you gonna run away? Half expecting this guy to run away. Nope, too late, he died. 900 XP, nearly 8,000 more, and I'm good. Oh wait, this is the dead end. Wait, which dead end was it? There's a lot of freaking dead ends in this place. Let's kill the Black Knight. It's so wondrous to me that all these creatures just barely can hit me at this point. Ooh, poison attack. Damn. Oh man, I'm still kind of riding a little bit of a Lux high now that I think about it. Lux was just such a powerful character in general, but then you got Wilme here, who is also a monstrously strong character. Even without the leveling, I'm pretty sure that he would have been relatively out. There's the intelligence seed. Herb ones. Even without the power leveling that I did, he would still be a monstrously strong character to play. And then I'm looking at my final character that I got to play as, which I've gone on record saying that he might be the quote-unquote easiest to play. And that's wholeheartedly because his final spell that he gets is Elixir. And now I'm thinking about it, it's like, wait, I still gotta level up to the point of being able to cast Elixir. And even then there might just be some fights that are like, oh, I hit you for all but like 10 of your HP, I cast Elixir. Hit you for all but 10 HP, Elixir. More, just rinse, repeat that. I imagine that's what's gonna end up happening. Sir, I implore you. That is more annoying than you think.
Kill you. And now you die.
I might have honestly pseudo forgotten how the hell to get through this castle. Whoops. 4, 6, 3, 4. That 6 is a really good stat. So, I believe I've gone and talked about how each of the characters have their own sort of base stats, and then it'll it'll vary like 1 to 2 points up or down depending on your luck, and it's random every single character every single time you level up, and that does fluctuate. You can actually theoretically use saves in order to get optimum level ups, but that is so goddamn tedious. But regardless, you could theoretically save and reload if you have a bad level up. And but yeah, every character has the base stat of, and I think I want to say for Wilme it's something like, for the 4 stats, not HP and MP, it's something like 4, 5, 3, 4? I think it's something like that. Anyways, and it'll fluctuate up or down 1 point or such. But depending on your luck. So you might actually end up with a weak-ass Wilme. Well, comparatively so, because I think he's got one of the better attack stats. And why not? We'll go pick this up. Received a recovery. Hey, that's actually useful. I think I just want to go up. Up. Gonna keep going up. Damn it. So the story of this place, because I just realized I hadn't really gone into it. Heck you with your vacuum. The story of this place is that there is an insane lady by the name of Serpent, who's not actually a serpent, but we'll get to that, who had supposedly lost their child some long time ago and turned into a monster through her madness. And has recently proceeded to start kidnapping the children, which is a dick move. So, in order to return the children, we're going in to murder her, like a good adventurer does. That sounds a lot crueler than I meant it to be, but hey, if it ain't the truth sometimes. Well, yeah. And really it's a interesting, if not a sad story when you think about it. But at the same time, she's kidnapping children, so it's like, I mean, what do you expect? Yeah. Really? Slug you. It's gonna be a slugfest, and I'm gonna win. Because you can't hit me. I was kind of waiting for him to just instantaneously crit me after saying, you can't hit me. No, but I believe I've talked about how I actually used the story of Serpent here, and I think it's likeness to the story of Lamia. Woman driven crazy, had children, turned into a monster. But yeah, how I had used this same story for a D&D adventure. It was a fun adventure. I don't think the characters ever learned the actual reason why A, she turned into a monster, and B, why she was kidnapping children. But it was fun regardless. I was about to say, maybe I should have killed the Y-Rock first, because the Y-Rock is stronger than the Black Knight, but then I remembered, oh wait, can barely hit me. Not the button I meant to press. 9,200 more until level up. Yes. Fuck. Haha. You come to take my children away. I know it was you who took my child. Prepare to die. I'm level 40. Do I even need to use the bottles of power? It'd be helpful. Don't need to use the defense one. I got a star rune. Aha! I happen to have mirrors. Alright, but a bottle of power would go a long way. It's me. How much I'm suddenly realizing that I really have never paid attention to the HP of these bosses. Like how much they have overall. I think it's mostly because usually my anxiety levels are a little bit high whenever I'm facing off against them because, I mean, look at this thing. It's freaking awesome, but it's also not a serpent. Shut up, phone. She's hit me with like one attack that entire fight. Just saying. Serpent has been slain. And goodness. Yeah, Sapphire. I can't take it anymore because I've already got a full stack of 9. So many sapphires. So many children. You're saved. Get out of here. Do I have to talk to all of you? I really gotta go home. Stay here that long. It really was fun. I questioned the child that says, yeah, staying with the giant monster lady was really fun. It's like, I mean, kids got their priorities, I guess. Okay, there we go. I think I did have to talk to at least a couple of the kids in order for them to be all like, woohoo! Why did I go to Limele? I've heard the name Limele pronounced so many different ways, it's kind of ridiculous. Shit, which one of these houses was that again? Was it this one? Nope. Hey, they got their kid back though. I did that. I saved her kid. You know, I can't really help but wonder, just Wilme's like, he wants power. That's pretty much it. He wants power. That's his overarching goal. I really appreciate what you have done. Here is the moon rune that I have promised you. It has a mysterious magic influence that will double your attack power during battle. The best rune, if you ask me, is the moon rune. But no one's gonna ask me. That's why I'm telling you. Yeah, that's good. Nice progress. Gonna go ahead and save and call an episode. When we return, we are going to head to the south of this continent, of where I am, and kick butt along the way. And hopefully get the next rune relatively soon. Relatively. And then we'll move on from there. So thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying playing it. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Cheers.